Welcome to We Learn. This is session 2 of Management Support System. Today we are going to cover different topics like managers and decision making, decisions and information system we are going to cover, computerized support, decision support, management support system, framework for decision support we are going to cover, and then we will cover support for structured decision, and at last we are going to cover the Simon's model that provides you three phases of the decision making process, right? So let us firstly discuss the topic managers and decision making. When we talk about the decision making, so managers play a very prominent role in the decision making, right? So the roles of manager includes interpersonal roles, and interpersonal roles means most of the time manager has to lead the team. He or she has to act as a leader to control the entire situation. Next one is informational. Apart from this, managers also participate in the informational flow inside the organization because they are responsible for monitoring, that is who is going on, what is going on, when it is going on, where it is going on, right? So monitoring gives the answer of different parameters which are ultimately required for the smooth functioning of the organization. Disseminate and represent. Our managers are basically responsible for representation of the information, and as well as they are also responsible for the dissemination of the information inside the organization. When we talk about the manager's role typically in decision making process, then their role specifies different things, like managers are responsible for exploiting the opportunities. They explore the knowledge, they explore the opportunities inside the organization that helps them to increase the likelihood of the things. Another is handle disturbance. In nowadays we are using a very specific term for the managers that is called as a situational managers, because they know a very artistic style of handling the disturbance. Apart from this, the role of manager also is meant for allocation of the resources, right? And the another important characteristic feature of manager in decision making process is that a manager should be a good negotiator also, right? So these are the different roles of the manager that are performed at the interpersonal level, informational level, as well as decisional levels, which helps in supporting the decision that is carried out at different level of the organization. Next one is decision and information system. When we talk about the decisions, so decisions are directly related with that of the output or goals of the organization, and for achieving this sort of goals and outputs we require some sort of resources. अगर आप कुछ आउटपुट अचीव करना चाहते हैं तो ऑब्वियसली उन आउटपुट्स को अचीव करने के रिगार्डिंग आपके पास कुछ रिक्वायर्ड रिसोर्सेज होने चाहिए, कुछ इनपुट्स होनी चाहिए, एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस यू मस्ट हैव द फोकस ऑन इट. आउटपुट्स जनरेट करने के लिए डेफिनेटली यू रिक्वायर सम सॉर्ट ऑफ इनपुट्स, एंड इनपुट होते हुए भी कभी कभी हम अपने गोल्स और आउटपुट्स को जनरेट करने में कामयाब नहीं हो पाते हैं. देन इन दैट पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन what is lacking basically, it's a focus. So focus plays a very prominent role. Another is productivity. When we talk about the decision and information system, then information is basically required to enhance the productivity. And when we talk about the focus on what basically? Managerial functions include planning, organizing, directing and controlling. Planning is a blueprint of the entire working inside the organization. How the things will be carried out. It is totally reflected in terms of plan of that organization and how you are actually organizing it. That is organizing. During execution, we require some sort of directions from the senior ones, or sometime we have to provide the direction to the junior ones also. So that directing role is highly focused at the managerial level. Now what was planned actually and what is actually going on? The difference between these two comes under the focus part. Focus in terms of controlling. So our focus should be in terms of planning, organizing, directing and controlling. Now there will be a question in your mind, I think it will be coming up in your mind, that management is an art or it's a technology. Yeah, it's an art, because we have to focus highly on to the speed part, competition, and if you want to compete, you can bypass your competitor only by means of some technological tools, increasing alternatives from which to choose. If you want to compete, if you will provide the different alternatives of doing the same thing, so in that particular situation management becomes an art. Cost of errors. Another important thing is cost of errors. Changing environment. Changing environment is bring about by means of technology. If you want to bring any sort of change in the organization, so that changes can be bring about in terms of technology, multinationals, politics and consumers, right? Next topic is computerized support. Yes, support of computers plays a very important role in today's IT world, because it is vital to the business. If you want to survive in this competitive environment, so in that particular situation your way of working, your system of working should be totally computerized, because it will provide you a kind of support in the business, right? Or when we talk about the computerized support, it means we are talking about the networking, web server, web site, DBAs, different entities are basically participating in the computerized support. And above all, there is another parameter that comes under the computerized support is data collection. That was, although it's a traditional method, and when we talk about the data collection, it is related with that of the accounting, operations, manufacturing, transaction, monitoring. You have to collect any sort of data. Another is decision support. Decision support in the sense, it is anything that helps in taking decision, that is called as a decision support, because it helps in the analytical work and to do the things in a proactive manner, right? Now decision support, also another topic that we are going to cover is the decision support. What are the things that supports in taking decision? So answer of this particular question is speed. By maintaining a particular speed or pace, we can reach to a level of timeliness. Time management can be achieved if the things are going on in a speed up manner. Productivity. More decisions, if more decisions are taken by a single manager, then it leads to increased productivity. Technical facility. Another is technical facility. For supporting any sort of decision at any level, technical tools facilitates in decision making, because they are responsible for bringing the resources together, right? Another is quality and consistency. when we talk about the decision support system or decision support, then whatever decision we are going to take, it should have the quality, it should have the consistency or uniformity of the data of decision basically. So if the things or decisions are of quality type, consistency is there, then this thing can provide you the competitive advantage also. But there must be some cognitive limits also, right? So now let us discuss some MSS, that is management support system. I am going to provide you some names of the MSS which will help you to understand the entire management support system, right? First one is GSS, that is group support system. Another one is decision support system, that is DSS. Next one is enterprises information system, that is EIS. Enterprises resource planning, that is ERP. Supply chain management, SCM. Knowledge management, KMS. Expert system, ES. Artificial neural network, ANN. Hybrid support system, HSS. Intelligent DSS, IDSS. Right? So these were the different examples which will help you to understand the entire management support system. Now further, let's talk about the framework for decision support. When we talk about the framework for decision support, then we think that decision making is a continuous process. And continuity refers to that we are moving from unstructured to structured decision. And we are moving from non-programmed decision to programmed decision. And still there are certain decisions that comes under the category of semi-structured decision. Simply when we talk about the structured kind of decision, it means we know the steps to solution. हमें मालूम होते हैं कि किस तरह से solution अचीव करना है. जब हमें ये मालूम होते हैं तो that kind of decision are called as a structured decision. Another one is unstructured, that is intuition, chaos, research and development, feasibility. जब हमें कहीं पर डाउट होता है, इंट्यूशंस काम कर रहे होते हैं, chaos क्रिएट हो जाता है, डिस्टर्बेंस क्रिएट हो जाता है, डायलेमा क्रिएट हो जाता है माइंड में, राइट? So this sort of things give rise to a decision which comes under the category of unstructured decision. Semi-structured. There are different alternatives of doing that thing, of going with that particular decision. So it means we are having a range of alternative with some uncertainty. कुछ uncertainty उसके साथ जुड़ी हुई है, right? Next, managerial activity. When we talk about the framework for decision making, then we need to highly focus on to the managerial activities, because managerial activities plays a very prominent role in determining the framework for decision support system. Strategic planning or long-term planning basically. What are our goals? Strategic planning basically gives you the answer of question that what goals are. Next one is management control, that is what resources are. Management always control over the resources, while strategic planning focus on to the goals part. And when we talk about the operational control, it means what task and efficiency is there, right? So operational control focus on to the task and efficiency of that, so that how efficiently we can perform that particular task. Sometimes for the sake of control, we can have different type of decision. We can structure them in some tabular manner and that table basically contains three headings: structured, semi structured and unstructured. स्ट्रक्चर भी आपकी तीन लेवल से होकर क्रॉस होगा: ऑपरेशनल कंट्रोल, मैनेजरियल कंट्रोल एंड स्ट्रैटेजिक कंट्रोल. सिमिलरली सेमी स्ट्रक्चर्ड भी ऑपरेशनल कंट्रोल, मैनेजमेंट कंट्रोल, स्ट्रैटेजिक कंट्रोल. एंड सेम इज ट्रू इन केस ऑफ अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड डिसीजन. इट शुड go this kind of decision should pass from different controlling levels like operational control, managerial control and strategic control, right? Now support for structured decision. Management science basically defines the problem, classify the problem in terms of standard categories, model them in mathematics terms or otherwise, find potential solutions and choose the best solution. This sort of approach is basically called as a management science, where we move from what the problem is to how to resolve the problem by finding potential solutions, right? Next we are going to cover three-phase decision making process that was given by the Simon, and it has include three parts. First one is intelligence, next one is design and third one is choice. Intelligence means searching for conditions that call for the decision. हम उन conditions को search करते हैं that has the call for decision, that has the solution basically. Design means we are inventing, developing, analyzing the possible courses of action. We are basically planning that what sort of possible action can be possible. Choices means selecting a course of action from those available. जितने भी हमारे पास options available हैं हम उनमें से एक उठाते हैं और उसके ऊपर implementation start कर देते हैं. Now management supports system using database. When we talk about the database, so database includes the first term, that is data, and data is a raw fact which can be recorded and hence specific meaning. DBMS. Now let us discuss that what is DBMS. A DBMS is a complex set of software program that controls the organization, storage and retrieval of data in a database. What does it consist of? DBMS के अंदर क्या होता है? It consists of collection of related data, set of program to access the data, complete definition or description of the database structure and constraint. हर डेटा की definition, उसका description with structures and constraint is inside the DBMS. Now what are the DBMS used? Where are the DBMS used? कहाँ कहाँ पर हम इसको use करते हैं? All areas where computers are used, including business, engineering, law, education, banking, hotel and airlines reservation. Now we are going to discover some examples of DBMS. That is, multimedia database can store picture, video clips and sound messages. Geographical information system can store and analyze the map, weather, the data and satellite images, right? Now let us discuss something about the simple centralized database system. When we talk about the simple centralized database system, so database is stored in a central location and users have access to the common database. User can access the data from the central location from their own machine using suitable programs. डेटा आपका सेंट्रलाइज होकर स्टोर किया जाता है और हर मशीन का यूज़र उसमें से सुटेबली अपने हिसाब से डेटा एक्सेस कर सकता है. These required programs are installed on individual computer terminal of the users. Types of database user. Different persons who are involved in the design, use and maintenance of a large database having many users are DBA, database designers, end user, system analysts and application programmers, DBMS system designers and implementer, tool developers. Right? With this we are going to finish this session, but before finishing this session, here is an exercise for you that you have to perform yourself. You have to write the 10 points for the same. First question is define decision making process. Second question is give examples of management support system. Right? With this we are going to finish this session. Thank you.